Griffin Epstein, Pacific West Regional Reporter for CSBN. On today's episode of the Commissioner's Corner, we have Connor Little, the Chief Operating Officer of the San Diego League. Connor, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. Great to be on.
Connor, obviously so many changing rules and rules over the last couple months with the pandemic. With everything changing right now, where does the San Diego League stand on trying to start this 2020 season?
We're pretty positive that we're going to play baseball this summer. We're working with the county supervisors and we're following the safe reopening plan as they put out. Foremost, making sure that the players, our coaches, and our staff are all safe throughout the summer. I mean, that's first and foremost. But as a league going forward and playing this summer, we're doing everything we can. No rock unturned, if you will, to get these guys back on the field.
It was interesting. You guys released a graphic a couple of weeks ago about showing how you guys are going to try to stay socially distant once you do reach the baseball field. One of those changes was having the umpires stand behind the pitcher's mound. What was the rationale for that, and what are the other health precautions that you guys are looking to take once you're hoping that baseball is played?
Yeah, so that graphic gave us the opportunity to get on the field, right? So that's something that we are socially distanced. We are following the guidelines that are set in place. So in order to make that happen and to play baseball, we felt that we would, like I said before, leave no rock unturned. We'll try to find which way to play this summer to some extent. But in other things that we're doing, I mean, hand sanitizers. If you're not on the field playing, you have a face covering. We take temperatures of every kid before they come to the field or before they step on the field. Masks, gloves, like I said, hand sanitizers in every dugout. It's just something that we have to ensure the safety of everybody who's incorporated with us.
The league doesn't use host families. Not a lot of traveling as all the teams are in San Diego. What are the plans for housing players, stadium, and kind of making sure that the players have a small amount of contact as possible with a small amount of people outside of the teams that they're playing with?
Yeah, so we're only in our second year, so we really haven't gained the large quantity of host families that we anticipate having in the future. We did have the option of staying at Cal State San Marcos through their housing department. But due to the state guidelines and them having to shut down for the summer, what I've been doing the best I can to help guys connect with each other that are going to be playing on the same team, maybe look at Airbnbs, try to find a solution if they're coming from out of state. That being said, a lot of our players in the league this year are actually local players. They're from San Diego. Who have gone off to school, if you will. I mean, we have guys like Mason Pelio from Boston College, who's a Team USA guy. We have a handful of USD pitchers and position players. SDSU's been sending guys over. Point Loma, UCSD. I mean, a lot of the local schools, really talented schools, if you will, are putting a lot of guys into the league, along with those who are coming back home and playing elsewhere in the country.
Looking at specific government regulations, San Diego County right now in phase 2, I know they submitted last week a pilot program potentially to go into phase 3. According to the government, that would still not allow sports. So you guys looking at the county, San Diego County actually moving into the official phase 3, and that's when you guys would be able to start playing baseball this summer?
We're working with a lot of, like I said earlier, working with a lot of county supervisors and making sure that we're following the proper procedures and making sure we get the approvals. And my focus right now is just doing everything I can to get these guys back on the field playing baseball in a safe, socially distanced environment that we're all having to adapt to at this time.
All these players haven't been able to play this spring, and there's a lack of sports just in general, and baseball, of course, across the United States and the world. Why is it so important to you that the league does come back and is able to play this year?
That's a great question. It's baseball's America's pastime, first and foremost, right? So getting back on the field, having these kids lose their summers or lose their spring year, having high school seniors not getting their high school year back, I think it goes deeper than just playing baseball. It's giving the kids the opportunity to get back to a sense of normalcy. Obviously continue the safety that we have to do, and like have the umpire behind the pitcher mound, or be socially 6 feet distance in the dugouts or outside the dugouts. It's not normal, but it's the fact that they're back on the field doing what they love, and improving themselves to hopefully get ready for the fall and be more prepared when they step back on campus.
Southern California is certainly a hotbed for baseball, and collegiate summer ball is no exception. There's 8 other collegiate summer ball leagues in Southern California. Just in your second league of existence, why was the SDL started, and what do you believe makes it stand out and is different than all of the other leagues in the same region?
We focus and pride ourselves on player development, if you will. We give these guys a lot of analytical tools. We're partnered with Blast Motion Technology, which is here in Carlsbad in San Diego. We're partnered with Rapsodo for on the pitching side of things. I have my certifications in all the Rapsodo courses and in driveline courses as a foundations of pitching and pitch design. So what we try to do is we try to incorporate as much analytics, kind of the way the game's going, where you take out just the coach's opinion or what the coach sees, and be able to translate to what they see to what the analytics are saying. On top of that, we put the guys in the gym with 1RM Performance. They're a partner of ours. Bobby Collington over there runs a great program helping develop high school kids, pro kids, players, I should say, not kids, and young adults. He does a very good job at creating a strong player correctly, where the guys aren't just going and working out beach body muscles all summer. As an ex-player, I know, that's the summer's more for just getting in the gym and trying to get a little bit bigger. But this is Bobby's does a great job with that. We just try to do our best to provide every angle that we can and provide every opportunity for these players to develop and to get better over the summer. We're also partnered with a place called The Training Room. Rick Stoffer and Josh Osterman over there. Rick was a PT for the San Diego Padres. He was also with Texas Rangers and a couple other big league clubs as well. So not only you're coming to get reps, which a summer league is supposed to do on the field, but you're getting in the weight room, you're using analytical technology, and we're giving you every option to continue to stay healthy throughout the summer. So when you step back on campus, like I said before, that you're in a better spot than when you left it.
League has really advanced in terms of competitiveness this year, going 4 to 8 teams from your first season. And last year you had just 2 Division I schools represented. This year, 49 Division I schools represented, which has to be one of the best numbers in the whole country of collegiate summer ball leagues. How have you been able to grow the competition and player pool so dramatically in the second year?
What we also like to do is we like to be in communication with a lot of coaches. So I've reached out to probably every college baseball program across the country in the last year. And moving forward, we continue to create good dialogue with them. We ask them what their needs are, how we can help their players. So in growing that Division I pool, it's more or less we've done the groundwork. We've worked hard to make those connections and to talk to those coaches and to see if we can do anything to help out their program as much as we can. And with these other leagues closing, which is unfortunate for them, we're trying to, with everyone coming back to San Diego, like we kind of briefly mentioned, all the good, talented players from San Diego, it allows them to stay home but still play in a competitive summer league as ours.
How many players approximately have you gotten from leagues such as the Cape Cod League, New England Baseball League, and others, especially in the Northeast, that have canceled their season but really still wanted to play baseball this summer?
We got a good amount. I can't put a number on it, but we're a viable option for those guys coming back home who are coming from out, who had the opportunity to possibly go to Northwoods, who are supposed to go Northwoods or the Cape or the Alaska. We open our arms with trying to help as many players as we can right now, because it's not necessary, like we said before, it's not just about playing summer baseball, but it's helping these guys get back to a sense of normalcy and being able to compete and prepare themselves back for when they get back onto their respective campuses.
The landscape of baseball is really changing in part because of the pandemic. with the MLB draft severely cutting down its rounds the next couple of years. Also, a lot of minor league teams being cut as well. A lot of people see collegiate baseball also changing because of all of these changes across the baseball landscape. How much do you see the San Diego League fitting in and adapting to these changes across the baseball landscape?
We own and operate every team in our organization. So we're able to be very flexible and fluid when it comes to different scenarios that are tossed around and tossed out there. My focus right now, to be completely honest with you, is just getting our league prepared safely and getting these players back on the field. I think that's a great question that we should definitely explore more into as those situations come up, possibly in the off season when there's some things that are a little more sustainable and more guaranteed or direct, right? But my focus right now is the San Diego League and opening up safely and getting these guys back on the field as of right now.
When you created this league two years ago and you're thinking long term, what were you envisioning a league that would take players naturally from across the country and continue to grow? You've obviously doubled teams already this year. Would you look at continuing doubling teams and continuing to increase the competition level of the SDL?
So we actually have 10 sets of uniforms already designed and that we have and we own. So I think we could eventually expand to 10 teams. Once you get past that, we created the thought of, land versus sea. So there's 5 teams that are kind of surrounded by land-themed, San Diego-themed-based teams, and then 5 sea ones. There's 2 different opportunities for us to continue to grow. We're going to continue to do our best to help players from across the country, whether it's New York, Washington, Florida, it doesn't matter. We want to give those kids the opportunity to come to San Diego to play for a competitive league, and San Diego's not a hard place to live either for a summer. I promise you that.
Certainly. And you mentioned earlier about San Diego County being a really great place for baseball talent. 400 to 500 current high school graduates across the country playing college baseball, and you're a former San Diego County star who played in the minor leagues. How important is that to you in the league of growing baseball in San Diego and continuing on the tradition of being one of the best places to play baseball in the country?
I mean, absolutely. It's 100% exactly what it is. I mean, growing up here in San Diego, I had an idea of what the talent level was like. And then being able to, once I retired from playing and I kind of created this league, or I helped create this league, growing those strong connections with the San Diego-based teams first was crucial, because that's, like we kind of briefly mentioned, there's a lot of great talent from San Diego. So even talking from high school to the JUCO to the D2, D3, NAIA, D1 programs, growing that relationship and that foundation with those programs is very beneficial for us. First off, their talent level is great because they're in San Diego, and second all, we want to continue to grow that relationship where they already are planning to send guys to our league every year. They already have that idea like, I'm going to send this handful of guys to this league or to the league this year, and continue that process year in and year out is kind of what we're striving to do within the San Diego County.
Well, Connor Little, Chief Operating Officer of the San Diego League, thanks so much for your time and best of luck in getting a 2020 season together.
Hey, I really appreciate it, Griffin. Thanks for having me on. I look forward to talking to you in the future.